Previously, we talked about the dominance of vision and how strong it is. So now the student bumps himself, he can feel he's going into a confined space. The anxiety level is very naturally going to go up. Well, what are you telling yourself? If you're untrained and undisciplined and you haven't used the mental rehearsals that we have given you and the ability to be able to use imagery by focusing your hands to be able to paint a picture for yourself, the anxiety level can run. Your focus is going to falter. So when we were talking about body position, you can see that Joey right now, he reaches up and he can feel the opening. He uses leverage to be able to pull himself up and find the entrance. This doesn't seem like much of a big deal, especially the way that he's pulling himself up, but he's keeping the pressure off of his diaphragm and it's allowing him to breathe without struggling. Now, as the firefighter starts to come through a narrow entrance, he's going to find himself challenged to be able to crawl and not get caught up on anything and breathe at the same time. He decreases his profile by laying to one side. It still keeps his diaphragm to be able to expand completely. During the next obstacle, he's got a decision to make. This is where that mental rehearsal comes through. Notice how he spun around. His body was almost extended when he spun around. This keeps the diaphragm free so that he can breathe, and it also keeps him in control in a position of power. During this drill, ordinarily, these doors would be closed. The reason they would be closed is so that the student wouldn't come off the end. But for the purposes of showing this video, we've opened everything up and blackened the student out. You have two options. You can blacken the building out, or you can black the student out. Either way, it challenges the sense of vision. So most of the time when students get into a tight area like this, they have a tendency of increasing their respirations. So as the firefighter gets towards the end here, he has a decision to make. And that's one where he can lay flat and try to make the transition, or he can raise his head and keep his feet low, pivoting on his hips while still allowing his diaphragm to expand and get a full breath. This doesn't compromise your ability to breathe. Once you compromise your ability to breathe, that's where the anxiety starts to kick in. Again, the student's making a mental map in his head to be able to get his way through things. He's using his sense of touch to create the map.